every animal he eats, he gains their powers. My goal with this channel is simple: to create genuinely new superhero stories in a universe where the villains are actually interesting again. No multiverses, no world-ending gauntlets. Just original characters with powers that feel dangerous and fun. And today, I'm introducing one of the most uncomfortable villains in the Ghostverse yet, Carnivore Man. Thanks for watching, and let's get into today's story. The security guard thought he'd seen it all, but today was so much worse. See, what he guarded was worth $10,000 per pound. What he guarded was rare meat. Shark meat, armadillo meat, stingray meat, lemur meat. Stuff rich clientele like to eat and show off to their friends that they could afford it. Stuff it's illegal to kill and eat, but people still eat anyway. It wasn't by the book, but he rarely saw the dark side of it. He was just paid to guard. It wasn't something law enforcement or the Society of Heroes really cared about. But still, with how much he got paid, eventually it would catch up to him. He saw his buddy bleeding out on the warehouse floor. His arm was gone, cut off at the shoulder. The wound was messy, jagged, like a polar bear bit his arm off. He tried to save him, but it was too late. As he died, the guard just kept saying, "Oh God, oh God, oh God." The security guard strapped the flashlight to his gun. He didn't know who killed his buddy, but he was gonna find him. He rounded the corner towards the refrigerator section. Propping the door open of one of the huge industrial refrigerator was, the security guard almost vomited, his buddy's right arm, smashed in the door, blood already frozen on the floor. "Hey!" he screamed. He put his gun up and narrowed his eyes. "There's only one way out, buddy, so come on out before I blast you open." If he didn't kill this guy, the boss would surely kill him. He would not let that happen. "Blast me open." Huh. The fridge door creaked open. The security guard fired, but there was no one in the meat storage. What was the meat stored in there? Elephant? Giraffe? And how did the door open if no one was in there? He saw at the top of the fridge door the thing that held the door open. It was propped open with a giant golden bird's wing. It was attached to something crouching on top of the fridge, something huge. He looked up, and he saw the creature was eating the meat. It had bird wings, the claws of a tiger, and a tail that looked like a snake. He was wrapped in white bandages, but on his neck, poking through them, it looked like there was a lion's mane. It was the most grotesque, most terrifying thing the security guard had ever seen. He didn't fire his gun. He didn't run. He didn't even have time to scream. The creature smiled. "Shark meat tastes more like steak than salmon. Isn't that interesting?" His teeth shifted, turning from human teeth to shark teeth. "I wonder what you taste like, omnivore." The crime scene was a mess, and Ghostman was about to fall over from lack of sleep. He wished he had backup, but the other heroes were spread out, busy capturing villains who just broke out of superpowered prison. This would have to be a solo mission. And there were so many villains out, Ghostman thought he was wasting his time with this case. But then he saw the body. Even though it was covered in a sheet, he could see the messy stump where the arm was missing. "Thanks for making it out here, Ghostman," the detective said. "Are those animal bites?" "Yes. The bites on his arm are from shark teeth." Ghostman looked at the meat warehouse. He saw the security guards in custody, the ones that hadn't been killed. "Are they under arrest?" Ghostman said. "Illegal meat trade. So much red tape we never would have found it if it wasn't for the murder. I should thank the guys, but they're dead." "So the guy was an environmental activist?" "Hardly. He ate tiger meat, lion meat, shark meat, and we found bite marks on some old bones as well. If he was an activist, he had a funny way of showing it. Something strong enough to bite that hard. I don't know," the detective said. "I know. We're dealing with a super strong monster. Ghostman picked up the sheet lying over one of the bodies. He pulled it off. There were bite marks on every part of his body. And this monster just got a taste of human flesh. Ghostman went transparent. He flew through the fridges and out of the warehouse ceiling into the sky. When he was in ghost form, he could pass through anything in the material world, but only for 30 seconds a day. When he was transparent, no one could touch him. He went normal and landed on the roof of the warehouse. "Come on out, I know you're up here," Ghostman said. Nothing. Ghostman sighed. His eyes glowed green. "I am the king of ghosts, and I demand you appear. You will obey me." He hated saying that, but it was the only thing they would listen to. 2 ghosts in security guard uniforms came out of the shadows. "So, I hate to break it to you guys, but you're dead." "We know. That thing ate us." One of the guards was screaming in fear. Even in ghost form, his arm was missing. Bit off. The other guard looked angry. "Who did you work for? Illegal meat trade?" Ghostman said. "I ain't talking," the security guard said. "Yeah, I want my lawyer." "No lawyer if we're dead, genius," the guard said. "Does your contract really extend beyond the dead?" Ghostman said. "You won't go to the afterlife until you get revenge, and I'm the only one who can hear you." The security guard shook his head. "I haven't been a rat my whole career, and I'm not about to start." "We work for the normals," the shaky man said. The other security guard slapped him. "Ow!" Ghostman grimaced. "Does the man who killed you know that?" The security guard shrugged, looking away. "If you don't tell me, he'll kill again. Your bosses certainly wouldn't appreciate dying because you were too stubborn to talk." "Fine," the stubborn guard said. "He tortured it out of me. Freak had too many arms, wings like a bird. I thought all you freaks got killed off." Ghostman swallowed. He remembered when there were more heroes than villains once in the city. Those days were long gone. Just the good ones. "Well, I can get revenge for you. You can move on to the afterlife." The stubborn ghost looked hopefully up at the sky. Ghostman shook his head and pointed down. The stubborn ghost sighed. Ghostman flew into the sky, high over Mega City. The normals were the only gang in the city that didn't allow superpowered members. Even though they couldn't fight as well as villain gangs, they were persistent and managed to combine legitimate businesses with criminal trades villains didn't bother with, like illegal meats, for instance. For example, they owned the top-rated gourmet restaurant in the city, called Her Supple Flesh, and the rules applied at the restaurant. No superhumans allowed, so it was very popular. So it went that even though Ghostman was paid Society of Heroes money, he'd never eaten there before. He flew up outside the restaurant's huge panoramic windows overlooking the city, and saw the creature inside, eating people, spattering blood on the bulletproof glass. He thought they might make an exception to their rule. Ghostman used telekinesis to burst through the window. As the seal of the restaurant burst, he heard the screaming. Rich clientele and mobsters, usually so untouchable up here in their glass tower, were on the floor, mixed with the meat and wine and fine food of their dining. Chunks of their flesh, their hands, their arms were missing. And there, in the middle of the biggest table at the center of the room, crouched a creature with 2 sets of wings, 6 arms, and 3 tails. It was eating a giant whale shark. Its skin was turning the color of the shark's. It was slowly growing in size, from 6 feet to 10 feet. "Ghostman!" Mr. Knox, the leader of the normals with a chunk of flesh missing out of his leg, screamed. "Save us!" Ghostman shook his head. "You're lucky I'm not busy tonight." He used telekinesis to pick up 3 tables and throw them at the creature. But in a second, the creature jumped out of the way. It bounced off the ceiling and landed in front of Ghostman, purring like a cat. "So much power. So little use of it," the creature said. "How many animals died because you didn't care, little hero?" Ghostman rolled his eyes. "What, so you're vegan now? I see the blood of the raw steak on your face, genius," the creature roared. "I must consume to become. It's an unfortunate reality of my existence. I hope the innocent souls of the world will forgive me, but you are not innocent, and you are not forgiven." The creature beat his wings and flew at him faster than Ghostman thought possible. Ghostman went transparent as the creature tried to bite his chest, sending the creature tumbling through the restaurant. "Are you not from here or something?" Ghostman said. "Ghostman doesn't ring a bell for you?" "Oh, you have a little name. Cute. What if I have a name, I wonder? What if my name is Carnivore Man? If I have a funny little name, does that make everything I do okay?" Ghostman grit his teeth. "You killed 2 people. That's not okay." And I'm going to kill more, Ghost Man, until the capturing and killing of all the wondrous beasts of the world stops. So I think I'm going to kill until the end of time. Do you want to be my next victim? Carnivore Man's tail flicked. Ghost Man looked down at it. It wasn't a tail. Carnivore Man slashed at Ghost Man with his lion's claws. Ghost Man went transparent and telekinized a table to throw at him and attack him, but Carnivore Man's snake tail bit him in the arm, teeth sinking. Ghost Man staggered back. Cobra poison, Ghost Man. Best get to a hospital in 30 minutes or you'll be mighty dead. The snake tail chewed at the piece of flesh it tore off Ghost Man's arm. Carnivore Man floated, like Ghost Man did. He flickered through a table towards the wall and played with telekinesis. Thanks for the powers. I'll put them to better use than you ever did. No! Ghost Man screamed. He fell to the ground, shaking. The poison locked his limbs. His arm felt like it was on fire. Carnivore Man ghosted through the wall and flew away. Ghost Man lay on the ground, twitching. His arm burned with the cobra poison, and he cursed himself for being so stupid. No sleep for weeks, working too much, running around half-cocked like an idiot. And now, if Ghost Man didn't do anything, he would die. This Carnivore Man was clearly more of a threat than he thought, and he should have waited before going in to confront him. But Ghost Man wasn't making good decisions lately. He was so tired. And now he was totally screwed. This video is sponsored by seed oils. Do you want to not be able to have kids and get cancer early? Nice, me too. Buy your seed oils at... Just kidding. I am selling something though. I have a Patreon. I know these ad reads can be annoying, so I'll just give it to you really quick. I post one extra GHOSTVERSE video per week where I explain super nerdy lore stuff that lives outside of the videos. The first 3 episodes on it are already up. How Ghostman's powers work, how Dr. Insane's powers work, and how Alexander's powers work. That's over 1 hour of content per month for $7, less than the price of a large pizza. But if you need the pizza more than me, I promise the entire main story will be right here for free on Brave Jake. So don't worry about that. The Patreon isn't required to understand the GHOSTVERSE. It's there if you want to go deeper, be early on new ideas, and know more than your friends who watch the videos. Alright, let's get back into it. Ghostman's body spasmed. He looked around the destroyed, bloody restaurant for anything he could use. He looked at the people bleeding on the ground. Criminals, some of them. But some of them were just normal people trying to have dinner. He failed everybody. He failed. Medical staff were running over to the mob boss, Mr. Knox, wrapping his wounds in bandages. Mob doctors? Ghostman! Mr. Knox said. He waved at a man in a medical uniform. Don't help me! Help Ghostman! And the mob doctor went to grab Ghostman, put him on a stretcher and elevated him down into the building, where a full hospital wing was in place. No, not me, Ghostman said, struggling through the poison. Help the other people. I just do what he pays me to do, dude, the mob doctor said. After the poison was out of his veins, Ghostman thought about what Carnivore Man had said, how he would save animals from capturing and killing. If they killed rare animals at this restaurant, then where did they capture them? They could get them from abroad, but there was also a source in the city. Ghostman's eyes widened. He knew where Carnivore Man was going. Mega City Zoo was a creepy place at night. No one had much patience for zoos anymore. The bars needed maintenance. The zookeepers were underpaid and few and far between. It wasn't hard for Carnivore Man to break the lions out of their cages. Ghostman landed in front of 4 lions, walking down the zoo parkway towards the city. If they got out, they would hurt people. His eyes glowed green. Easy there. He scanned the walls, the dark shadows of the zoo, for Carnivore Man. Nothing. The lions stalked, moved around Ghostman. 3 females and a 340-pound male, eyeing their prey. Ghostman put his arms out. He waited. The lions roared and pounced, but Ghostman used telekinesis to pick them up out of the sky. One of the cats said. He flew them back towards their cage and closed the door. The lions looked confused, violated. I know, I would be confused too, Ghostman said. Ghostman grabbed a steak from next to the cage and threw it to them. They started eating. You care about them, but you won't free them. Isn't it ironic? Carnivore Man said. Ghostman whirled around, but Carnivore Man was nowhere to be seen. Easy there. I'm gonna bring you in before you hurt anyone else. Who did I hurt? Ghostman went transparent as the snake tail almost bit his leg. He whirled around and telekinized a spotlight on the lion cage to Carnivore Man's position, but Carnivore Man wasn't there. I hurt some criminals in the illegal meat industry? Some mobsters and billionaire parasites? What happened to helping people, Ghostman? You should be working with me. Ghostman saw him. Carnivore Man slashed at Ghostman with tiger claws, but Ghostman went transparent under the ground before he could be hit. Ghostman flew out in the monkey cage. They went wild, screeching and throwing poop at each other at the unnatural man coming out of the ground. Carnivore Man went out from underground. He bit at Ghostman with his shark teeth and swung with his cobra tail, but Ghostman dodged every attack. If you do have my powers, you have to deal with the ghosts. Ghostman's eyes glowed. Every ghost in Mega City flew to Ghostman, broken souls with broken promises, waiting for revenge. Ghostman was used to it, but he hadn't been when he got his powers. It had only taken him years to not go insane. Carnivore Man grew larger. He roared. Tusks came out of his cheeks. He stabbed and muscled and struggled, but the ghosts kept coming, climbing all over him, screaming in his ear. The ghosts swirled around Carnivore Man, showing their miserable lives, their violent ends. It was too much for Carnivore Man. He roared. You might have my powers, Carnivore Man, but there can only be one king of ghosts. Ghostman's eyes glowed. He rose off the ground and pushed Carnivore Man down. And I am that king. There were thousands of ghosts around Carnivore Man now, blurring his vision, showing him their pain. Stop it, Carnivore Man said. He slashed out with all his might, but he couldn't hurt them. They were already dead. Ghostman used his telekinesis to pick up a giant jungle gem from the monkey cage and threw it towards Carnivore Man's face. Carnivore Man didn't see it. The ghosts were climbing all over him now, making him scream and cry. Dong. The jungle gem bounced off Carnivore Man's head, and he fell to the ground, unconscious. The ghosts dispersed. A few of them looked at Ghostman for a second. Ghostman nodded. Ghostman fell to his knees. He'd saved the day. His communicator beeped. I have Carnivore Man here at Mega City Zoo, ready for... He stopped. Someone else was in trouble. He sighed. He hadn't slept in almost 3 weeks. For a moment, he wanted to just sit there forever. Then Ghostman got up and flew towards the danger. Because that's what heroes do. Thanks for watching. Check out the Patreon if you want to see more. Bye.